pleasant good morning to residents, to commuters, to everyone who can hear us this morning. We are the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs. And today we march in recognition of World Mental Health Month to bring awareness, to place a spotlight on mental health, because mental health matters. We promote social health. We promote emotional health. And we promote physical health. We also promote spiritual health. Mental health matters every day for everyone. And there is indeed no health without mental health. As we march today, our mission is to break the silence and end the stigma. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we all have a mind to protect. And mental health awareness can save our lives. Our march will end at the Grenville Car Park. And so we encourage you to join us as we promote mental health awareness in the month of October. Healing happens when we recognize the importance of our mental health and when we also seek help when necessary. As we promote mental health this day, we would like to let you know that hope is stronger than fear. Reach out, speak out, and stand tall. We are here from the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs. And as we promote mental health, we stand with one voice and one mission: mental wellness for all. We also focus on our youth. Strong minds and strong schools will guarantee a strong nation. As we promote mental health and wellness, we encourage all of us to protect our youth, and to protect their minds. Let us build a culture of care and ensure that we have compassionate communities. We are here from the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness, and Religious Affairs, recognizing World Mental Health Awareness Month. And our mission is to promote and support mental health for everyone. Let us end stigma today, recognizing that there is no health without mental health. Mental health is not just the business of the ministry, it is everyone's business. So together, we can make a difference. This morning we are here from the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness, and Religious Affairs, recognizing Mental Health Awareness Month, which is October. Mental health matters every day for everyone. Let us break the silence and end the stigma. If you need help, speak up, reach out. You are not alone. We are here from the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness, and Religious Affairs, recognizing World Mental Health Awareness Month. And beyond this month, may we continue to recognize mental health awareness every single day, because our mental health matters. Our mental health is important. We also encourage compassion in the communities. Look out for each other. Stand with each other. There is indeed no health without mental health. And as we march today, we march with one voice and one mission, which is mental wellness for all. May we also protect the minds of our youth, so that we can have strong schools, and strong schools will guarantee a strong nation. As we promote a culture of care, let us, more than ever, look out for each other. We are the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness, and Religious Affairs, marching today in recognition of World Mental Health Awareness Month, October. We also want to let you know that if you are struggling, there is help and there is hope. We all have a mind to protect. As we march today, this is a clear indication that we are breaking the silence. Join us as we break the silence and put an end to stigma. Our mental health and physical health are equally important. Take care of your mental health. Take care of your well-being. As we recognize World Mental Health Month, October, we will also like to encourage compassion in our community. When there is compassion in our community, positive change is guaranteed. Let us end stigma today. We can only make a difference if we tackle this together. There is no shame in recognizing that we need mental health care. Today, if you are emotionally down and if you are struggling, we want to let you know that there is help and there is hope. Once again, we are here from the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness, and Religious Affairs, recognizing World Mental Health Awareness Month, October. And we are here with one voice there is no health without mental health. Therefore, we must end stigma now. We must end stigma today. And this is not just the work of the ministry, it is everyone's business. Therefore, we encourage you to listen more to each other. We encourage you to love each other and to support each other. We choose hope and we choose life. We are here from the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, recognizing World Mental Health Awareness Month. And as we march today, we come together and encourage you to join us with one voice and one mission, that is mental health for all. Stigma is divisive. Stigma creates barriers. Therefore, we must put an end to it now. We promote care and concern within our communities. Listen to each other more. Love each other more. And support each other more. Should you need help, reach out and speak out. There is no shame in protecting your well-being. Our message today is that hope is stronger than fear. There is help and there is hope. We all have a mind to protect. And so we march today in solidarity. We march today in recognition of World Mental Health Month, October. And we march to send the message that mental health matters every day for everyone. Mental health is also not just the business of the ministry, it is everyone's business. We promote mental health for our youth, for children and adolescents. Mental health for our men and women. Mental health for the elderly. We encourage you to protect your mind by speaking up and speaking out. We encourage you to protect your mind by not suffering in silence, but by seeking help when help is needed. Today we march to promote mental health and well-being, recognizing that mental health and physical health are equally important. There is no health without mental health. We aspire to put an end to stigma for one and for all. As we recognize World Mental Health Awareness Month, which is October, as the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, we march with one voice and one mission. Mental health for all. Mental health is everyone's business. Therefore, we encourage everyone to first take care of themselves, and secondly, ensure that you care for and support your family, friends, neighbors, classmates, and co-workers. Healthy minds will guarantee a brighter future. We are the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, and we march today in recognition of Global Mental Health Awareness Month. Join us as we march with one voice and one mission: mental health for all. Today we choose hope. Today we choose life. So doing, we choose to put an end to violence, may we have compassionate communities. There is no health without mental health. Hope is indeed stronger than fear. We encourage everyone to listen more to each other, love each other more and support each other. We promote physical well-being, emotional well-being, and spiritual well-being. We are the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness, and Religious Affairs. And we march today in recognition of Global Mental Health Awareness Month. Mental health is everyone's business. As the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness, and Religious Affairs, today we recognize Global Mental Health Awareness Month, the month of October. Our mission today is to break the silence. To encourage help-seeking behavior. Your mental health and physical health are equally important. Take care of your bodies. Take care of your minds. We also stand with our children and youth because stronger minds equal a stronger nation. We also encourage social well-being. We stand against crime, we stand against violence. We stand to promote behaviors that will benefit all our communities. We are the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness, and Religious Affairs. And today, we mark in recognition of World Mental Health Awareness Month. But everyone joins us with one voice and one mission: mental wellness for all. Hope is stronger than fear. struggling today can choose life. Choose life and choose your future. The sun will rise tomorrow. We are the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness, and Religious Affairs. And today we mark recognizing World Mental Health Awareness Month, October. Mental health matters every day for everyone. And there is no health without mental health. We march to break the silence, and we march to end the stigma. Your mental health and physical health are equally important. Therefore, there is no shame in seeking help. If you are struggling, if you are grieving, we encourage you to speak out, to reach out. You are not alone. Mental health awareness can save lives. Protecting your mental health. We are the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness, and Religious Affairs. And we march today in recognition of World Mental Health Awareness Month. We march with one voice and one mission. We ask you to join us. As we promote mental health for all. It is okay to seek help. Let us end stigma and discrimination today. There is no health without mental health. We are the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness, and Religious Affairs. And today we march in recognition of Global Mental Health Awareness Month. We encourage everyone to protect their mental health by speaking up if necessary, by seeking help when necessary. It is actually a sign of strength when we seek help. Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs. And this march today was in recognition of Global Mental Health Awareness Month. As this march comes to an end, we thank you for paying attention to these messages. And you are free to join us in our ceremony right here in the car park.
You're listening to the sounds. This is where we talk about mental health. Mental health. Take your mental health seriously. You're listening to the sounds.
A pleasant good morning to everyone. All you tired? Real tired? Don't worry, y'all. You'll get something to eat and drink just now. All right, so again, pleasant good morning. I'd like to acknowledge Dr. McLeish, the Senior Medical Officer, Ms. Carol Charles Telesford, Chief Community Health Nurse, our district nurses, Dr. Chaitan, the Minister, Honorable Delma Thomas, PS Naomi Jeremiah, the community, police officers, media, senior management of the ministry. Now, to start off, we're going to ask Nurse Frank to lead us off in prayers.
Okay, let's all bow for prayer. Almighty and ever-living God, we thank you for this opportunity to be here today. We thank you for bringing us here safe. We thank you that we all were able to make it this morning. We continue to ask for your continued guidance and protection, O God. We ask you to guide us as we go through the ceremony today, that everything we say here will be fruitful. We humbly ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Nurse Frank. And thank you, everyone, for joining us on our Mental Health Awareness March, as it says, in recognition of Mental Health Day, which is celebrated on the 10th of October, will be Friday, under the theme, Access to Services, Mental Health in Catastrophes and Emergencies. We'll now call on our PS, Naomi Jeremiah, to give some brief remarks.
Thank you very much, Madam MC. Honorable Delma Thomas, Minister in the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, Senior Medical Officer, Dr. Anik McLeish, Dr. Chaitan, Chief Community Health Nurse, Nurse Carol Charles Telesford, and the district nurses, community nurses, staff of the Monge Hospital, staff of the Ministry of Mental Health, media, police representatives, Superintendent of Police assigned to Granville, and all the other, the Drumco, media, personnel, all. A pleasant good afternoon. Good afternoon. We are indeed happy to be here from the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs. I'd like to also welcome my director, Mr. Hector, who's been really working and pounding the message of mental health. I want you to know that there is no health without mental health. Your health matters to us. In St. Andrews, we have chosen this community to bring the awareness, to let persons know that you need to break the silence. Persons are hurting in terms of you may have lost a loved ones through death or an accident. You may have depression. You may have what type of mental disorders. But we are here today to let you know that we at the ministry are prepared and ready to respond, to carry support and love and care. We know that persons at times may be stigmatized. When you have to come to the Monge Hospital for care, you may be stigmatized. The society will look down on you and think you are less a person. But mental disorders are just another ailment, just as how we have diabetes and persons suffering from hypertension and all other NCDs, non-communicable diseases. Just so mental health is another disorder. We need to care for our mentally ill patients. We need to recognize them. We need to stop the stigma. And we need to realize that we are all one people, one nation, working together. And let us, in the workplaces, let us in the community, stop stigmatize our mentally ill patients. Let's love them. Let's care them. Let's provide support. For 2026, we as a ministry, we're going to be moving more into the community to provide the mentally ill patients with the care that they need. I thank you for coming, and I know the awareness. We have a lot of pamphlets to the back. We have a lot of bottles. We have key rings. We have a lot of things. Just call us, reach out to us, and we are ready to respond. So thank you for coming, and do enjoy the session this day. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, PS. And now, moving speedily along, we'd like to call on a very familiar face to the community, Dr. Niels Chaitan, to give a motivational speech.
Good morning, everyone. Hey, this is Lab A. This is Granville, man. That's where I was born and raised. So it's good to have my voice ringing through this town. And folks up in Sandal Street, those on the bus terminal, stop a little and listen, because we have a great message for you today. First of all, I want to congratulate the Ministry of Mental Health and Wellness, Religious Affairs, for putting on this march. Put your hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen. I want to recognize Minister Delma Thomas, P.S. Nyomi Jeremiah, and all the movers, Mr. Hector, and movers and shakers that made this happen. Ladies and gentlemen, to come out in the sun and march, you have to have a strong interest in mental health. And so today I just want to talk to you a little. I want you to stop wherever you are. Yes, stop your shopping. This might be helpful for you today. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that really boosts your mental health is celebration and good news. When you're celebrating and it's good news, you feel good, don't you? And so, ladies and gentlemen, I could not pass today without letting you know that today is our Prime Minister's birthday. And so I hope he's celebrating too, and I hope he's feeling better. All right, put your hands together for our Prime Minister. It's his birthday today, by the way. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand that there are two things I want to talk about. One, mental health, and second, versus mental illness. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, I tell you something. About 20 years ago, about 2 decades ago, when your health was being evaluated, your health, and you go to a physician, your health was evaluated based on symptoms, right? What they see. They take your blood, they take your blood pressure, they take your sugar reading, and then they diagnose you. You see, ladies and gentlemen, mental health and emotional health was not a part of it. I'm happy to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, to get a holistic reading of how you are doing, we need also to measure or able to evaluate your mental health. Now, when we say mental health, people automatically think about mental illness. Ladies and gentlemen, there are two aspects. Mental health. What is mental health? Mental health is your mental status or your mental state. And so I want to put two categories out for you so you understand it. The first one is mental health. Mental health can be categorized in two categories. One, good mental health, and two, compromised mental health. Mental health, as I said, is a state of mind. Mental illness, on the other hand, is a mental disorder. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to break the stigma. Because when I was growing up in Grenville right here, I could tell you the name of a couple of people on the streets of Grenville that we used to be laughing at. We were young, we were stupid, and we didn't even know. I could think about a woman now, she's probably dead a long time ago, walking the street by the name of Victoria. And we would follow Victoria as she walked barefooted. She was a really nice looking woman, by the way. But she was tattered and torn, and she was walking the street, her hair was undone, and we would laugh at Victoria. We would walk behind her and tease her and imitate her. You see, we were stupid and we didn't even know. Ladies and gentlemen, because of that taunting and that stigma, a lot of people who are suffering with mental disorders are scared to come forward. As a matter of fact, if it is said that there's someone in your family who has a mental disorder, we are ashamed. We are embarrassed. We don't want anybody to know that our mom or our dad or our brother or sister or we ourselves have a mental disorder. So again, mental health comes in two categories. One, good mental health, and compromised mental health. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to quickly give you some of the factors that influence good mental health. Ladies and gentlemen, number one is satisfying relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, you won't believe that a lot of people that we see struggling with mental disorder, mental health issues, are people that have some form of dysfunctional relationship. In our families, we have domestic violence. We have parents who put down their children. We have stepfathers and stepmothers that say some nasty thing to our children. And as a result, we see what the results are. I don't know if you work in the schools, but I work in the schools. And among the young children, we see cutting, especially the girls, cutting themselves. And we say, you know what? they're crazy. No. There is something that absolutely hurting them. So a satisfying relationship. You see, ladies and gentlemen, normally when we talk mental health, we talk about the negative side. I'm starting with the positive side. A satisfying relationship. So, sir, lady, if you get into a relationship with someone, make sure you know the individual. Don't just hop into a relationship because it may come back to haunt you. A lot of what we see, ladies and gentlemen, in 2015 to 2020, the RGPF did a study in Grenada. 2015 to 2020. They found out that in that 5-year period, there were 27 suicides in Grenada. 27. And out of the 27, 81.4%, or 22 of the 27, were men. Could you imagine that? Ladies and gentlemen, our men look strong, our men look fit. Look at his brother there, tall and fit. But ladies and gentlemen, our men, when they are disappointed, when relationships are not going good, they take it to heart. And the macho goes sometime. The ego goes sometime. And they get hurt. Or they hurt themselves. So a satisfied relationship. What else? Responsible sexual activity. Ladies and gentlemen, we are throwing sex around the place as if nothing. We are having sex like animals. Have you ever seen a dog when it's in heat? You have 10 other dogs running behind it and everybody trying to climb up. And that's how we as human beings sometimes do. Ladies and gentlemen, irresponsible sexual activity would give you a result that you don't want and mess up your mental health. Contentment. Some people just cannot be contented. They're jealous about everything. You got a new phone, they want one too. They could never be contented. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the keys to good mental health is contentment or satisfaction. Financial affordability. Ladies and gentlemen, when poverty ravages a home, it's going to affect the mental health of that house. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's why we tell our school children, our Form 5s, our Form 4s, even from Form 1 and from grade 6, keep your education as important. Because, ladies and gentlemen, your education is what's going to affect your earning power. Then, good decision making. Sometimes we don't make good decisions. As a result, we got to pay the consequences. Being law-abiding. When we follow all these keys, we are going to have better mental health. Self-care. That's a big thing these days, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot be caring for everybody at the expense of your health. Nurses in the house, teachers in the house, counselors in the house. While you are caring for others, your health is being depleted. Your mental health. So, self-care. And I cannot stop the good factors without saying spirituality. So Grenada, because the camera is on me too here, Grenada, we need trust and confidence in God. Ladies and gentlemen, all the good you do, all the success that you achieve will be limited if you don't have God in the picture. So these were some keys to good mental health. Quickly, let me go down a list of factors that would cause your mental health to go downhill. 1, failure. Ladies and gentlemen, and for men do not take failure very well. Ladies, I'm giving you a hint here. Men are, the neuroscience tell us that men are predominantly left-brainers, predominantly. That means men are target-focused thinkers. And as a target-focused thinker, when things are not falling in place for you, you get disappointed. Ladies, it would take a caring lady, a caring friend, to know how to massage the ego of the gentleman at that time. Because men do not take failure well. Emotional abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse. It's time to say no to sexual abuse in Grenada. What do you say? It's time to say no to sexual abuse. Our children have been sexually abused. And ladies and gentlemen, in the 80s and 90s, we were very careful with our little girls. Now we got to be careful with our boys too. Because our boys have been sexually abused also. And so, sexual abuse, physical abuse, parents, know how to correct your children without being abusive. I don't know about you, but when I grew up here in Grenville, Grenada, My mother told me she's going to give me what Polly gave the drum. And the only thing that Polly gives the drum is beat. And sometimes parents, you only beat when you are very upset and angry. And you beat until you see blood. That's physical abuse. That's physical abuse. Bullying, ladies and gentlemen, is another one. We got to be careful. I don't know about you, but I was bullied when I went to the school on top of the hill there. Methodist school, yeah. I'm a Methodist guy. And guess what bullied me? I won't call her name, but it was a girl. Beating the tar out of me. And the cameraman is laughing, and the whole of Grenada is laughing at me now. Because I was a little skinny dude. My mother's first son. So you don't ask your sisters to fight for you. You got to take it by yourself. And that girl was bigger than me, and I was skinny. And that girl would put a beating on me almost every day. Order me around. If you know Grenville in the 80s, 70s, there was a store called Mr. Sam right up the street there. I used to go shoplift. I was so scared of that girl. I used to go shoplift for that girl. Thief bubblegum and bring for just to appease her. But ladies and gentlemen, bullying is a serious one. And when we say bullying, we sometimes think about school children. Hey, do you know that bullying right in the workplace? Do you know that they are bullying on your team? Do you know there is bullying in the church? Ladies and gentlemen, bullying hits at the core of who we are and damages our mental health. Grief. Ladies and gentlemen, have you been watching the obituaries these days? Don't you see how many young people are dying? I just went to one funeral last week in Montrose. And the sister died, and 2 days after the brother died. Yesterday was another funeral of the brother. And so we have grief being compounded, and nobody tells us how to deal with grief. Ladies and gentlemen, if we cannot deal with grief, it's going to crush our spirit, and it's going to compromise our mental health. What about guilt? Yeah. When you're guilty, it does something to you. It crushes your spirit. What about fear? What about being scared? What about poverty? What about drugs and alcohol? Ladies and gentlemen, smoking and sniffing and running lines and drinking alcohol. We see some of our brightest boys on the streets of Grenville. Some of them I went to high school with. Some of them were better students than I was. And I look at them today. 1 pants foot up, 1 pants foot down, walking around. Give me $1, give me $1. Give me $1. Ladies and gentlemen, when you look at it and you do an assessment, and it's the drugs that brought them to that stage. It's the harsh drugs. The cocaine, what we call the white girl. The cocaine powder that we are trafficking and bringing in our country to mash up our boys. Come on, say amen, somebody. Sound like I'm preaching. Yeah, and we do nothing about it. RGPF, it's time to ramp up the campaign against illegal drugs on the street of Grenada. Cheating and infidelity. Gentlemen, love your woman. Love your woman. Woman, love your husband. You see that girl right there? I'm married to over 41 years, man. 41 years, same woman. And if I got to marry again, I'll marry her one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have in our community, watch it now, is falling in love. Grenada, I'm talking to you in the camera. We are falling in love. Falling in love is no good. Aye. And we sing it to you. Falling in love. Shut up. Falling in love? Don't you know that what falling is accidental? Don't you know when something falls, you're going to break? That's why we have so much of broken people. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a falling in love. You grow. You get to know the person, and you grow the relationship. I thought you'd be clapping for that, somebody. I thought you'd be clapping for that. But this whole relationship piece, abandonment, and finally disappointment. Ladies and gentlemen, disappointment. Watch your expectations. Watch your expectations. I have a young girl that I dealt with in Toronto, and I lived there. Parents, watch your expectation of your children. Some parents want to live vicariously through their children. Parents that did not get the opportunity to be a dentist, a doctor, to be an engineer. They are pushing their children, which are wondering, what are the gifts and talents of that child that will make them massively successful. Instead, they push them to do what they want to do, and it affects the child. Ladies and gentlemen, there are some red flags that I want to talk about, but I think I've spoken enough. And so today, again, I want to congratulate the Ministry of Mental Health and Wellness. I want to congratulate all you folks that came out here in March and made your statement. Despite how hot it is, Grenada, it is hot. Despite your sweating, thank God for the drummers, because they kept us going in time. But I said today, I say congratulations to the ministry. I say congratulations to the minister. I say congratulations to the PS. I say congratulations to all the workers. And let's work together to see a decline of mental illness in our community. Let's stand strong and support those that are going through the ordeal. And let's work together for better Grenada. God bless you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chaitan. Oh, you want a cup? Hold on. So I have some questions here that I'm going to ask. And once you can give me the correct answer, you're going to win yourself a tumbler, right? The first question, very easy. What is the theme for this year's World Mental Health Day? What is the theme for this year's World Mental Health Day? Anybody? Access to services, mental health in catastrophes and emergencies. So let's give Nurse a tumbler. The next question is very simple. Which color represents mental health? Whoa, yo, yo. Hold on. Wait. I hear everybody say green at the same time. Okay, so Miss Paul says she knows who is doing that. So whoever Miss Paul give it for, you want to fight with her, not me. The next question is, what date is World Mental Health Day? October 10th. All right. And the next question, very, very simple. So we're going to operate like we're in school, right? You're not going to answer unless I point you. Raise your hand, and when I call you, you're going to answer. We could do that? Right. The next question, very, very simple. Anybody get it wrong? We're tying up real bad. Who is the Minister of Mental Health? Minister Delma Thomas. Very good. You don't follow any rules. Yes, but you have to wait for me to call you. But everybody hand up. I can't call everybody at the same time. We have a next question. All right. So we were supposed to be listening to Dr. Chaitan, right? So, I'm sorry. So let me forget all of this. Say it again. I'm not over here. So I'm coming over here. Coming right in the middle of the thing. Don't worry. They go get. All right. So give me one factor which contributes positively to mental health. Somebody tell me I ain't coming over here, but nobody over here saying anything.
Talking about your problem.
Positively. Right? No, I was just... All right, so she says talking to somebody. Miss Paul? Give me one factor which contributes negatively to mental health. Depression. Drugs, very good. So we need 3 over here. That's all? We have more cups, Miss Henry? That's all? All right. So you guys have been very, very attentive. And all my cups done. All my cups done. All my cups done. All right. So moving along, we're going to call our director, Mr. Josh Hector. You've been hearing his voice from the beginning of the match, and you're going to hear him some more. Mr. Josh Hector, our director.
Thank you very much, Ms. Wells. Let me stand on the protocol already established to say thank you to everyone who has joined us here today on this March of Solidarity as we recognize October, which is Global Mental Health Awareness Month. I also want to give a special round of applause to the drum corps from GSS. Join me in giving them a round of applause. They definitely added value to the march because who marches without a drum corps playing anyway, right? And I also want to thank PS and Dr. Chaitan for their remarks. But today, as we recognize World Mental Health Awareness Month, there's a special group of people that I want to pay close attention to. And those are the people who are actually not mentally ill. We'll understand why I'm doing this in a moment. Because across the world, we do find that the vast majority of any population does not have a diagnosis. And we have the vast majority trending towards a diagnosis if they do not get the help and the support that they need. What does that mean for all of us? It means that taking care of our mental health is paramount. Here's why stigma is so problematic. Stigma assumes that we will never, ever end up having a mental disorder, or we will never end up being mentally ill. However, if we carry on not protecting our mental health, not taking care of ourselves, and not seeking the help that we need, we will eventually, and I'm not presenting doom and gloom here, but if we do not take care, we will eventually end up there. And so, we do not want, moving forward, for the psychiatric hospital to just be a place where only the mentally ill, or they end up being deposited, or people wait until they end up in such a crisis that they require specialized psychiatric care. We want people to begin by taking care of themselves first. Taking care of yourself, seeking help if necessary, looking out for the family member who has suddenly become extremely quiet or reserved, looking out for the family member whose behavior has gotten a bit strange, because we often focus on people who are reserved, but it's also important to focus on people who are suddenly energetic. Let me say that again. If someone suddenly becomes extra lively, and this deviates from the norm, I am not suggesting that it means that there is a mental illness, but anytime there's a deviation from normal behavior, it is important for us to take note, and it's important for us to ask relevant questions. Because every one of us is part of the mental health system. The mental health system is not the psychiatric hospital. The mental health system is also not the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness, and Religious Affairs. But we must all adopt this stance that we are all part of the system so that we take care of ourselves at the lower level and we look out for each other. Because every day we tend to have mental health issues. What do I mean? If you have an accident on the road, if you lose some money, or if you have a quarrel with a family member or a coworker, and your mood changes negatively, that signifies a mental health issue. It is not, of course, a mental disorder. No diagnosis is required. However, when mental health issues are persisting, they become mental health problems, and if they persist further, they can become mental disorders and mental illnesses. So the idea is that if we all take a hands-on approach to protecting our mental health and the mental health of our friends and neighbors, we are going to see less people needing specialized psychiatric care, and we will be healthy overall, a lot more healthy overall as a nation. And this is what we want to present to the nation today, that we all must get involved in protecting our mental health. And let's not wait until matters complicate, because when that happens, it means that we are in crisis. it means that the cost of dealing with the crisis escalates. The cost definitely skyrockets. So, we don't just protect ourselves and our national well-being, we also save money. And the same applies to your physical health, right? Now, people, as soon as the slightest thing happens, they may run to the doctor. I dare say that if you feel unwell emotionally, run to a counselor. Or if it is not that serious, run to a friend or family member. And friend and family member, ensure that you listen compassionately, ensure that you are not judgmental, and, thank you, Dr. Chaitan, while you are listening, please resist the temptation to give advice automatically. Sometimes people need an outlet and they just want to be heard. So you do not need to cut across with your advice. Allow them to speak. Allow them to express themselves, because this is what they need for emotional release. And also, confidentiality is not just for the professionals. Of course, the professionals are held at a higher standard, but let us also promote confidentiality as a people. Confidentiality must first be a moral obligation, that when someone, here's the word, confides in you, that you keep that information safe and secure. And there are two reasons for this. One is going to protect your reputation, and two, it will keep a person's privacy safe. So as we recognize mental health, World Mental Health Awareness Month, I just want to encourage all of us to get involved in the business of taking care of our mental health, that we will enjoy a nation that is healthier, more productive, a nation that is less hooked on drugs and alcohol, a nation where violence is marginal or even non-existent. It is possible in this small island that we reside on, because, important to note, wherever there is violence, it means that somebody has a mental health issue. Someone is unable to regulate their emotions. And the Ministry of Mental Health is not going to be present on the bus terminal or in the community all the time or in your homes. Therefore, it is our business to ensure that we protect and look after our mental health. If we are able to regulate our emotions, whether or not someone says something that displeases us, it means that we are mentally healthy. Once again, let me reiterate that the business of mental health is ours. It does not rest on a single group of people. Let us take this seriously. And as we recognize World Mental Health Awareness Month, may this recognition move beyond today, and may it be part of our daily experience, that we continue to recognize the importance of our mental health and well-being. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hector. Now we are going to call on our minister, Minister Delma Thomas, to give some brief remarks.
Thank you very much. Let me acknowledge my permanent secretary, Mrs. Naomi Jeremiah, and other staff of the Ministry of Mental Health, Wellness, and Religious Affairs, our doctors and hardworking nurses. We acknowledge you. Let me thank Ms. Jeremiah, Dr. Chaitan, our director and staff for such an important activity, but not only today as we march around Grenville, but for the months before and even going forward, because the issue of mental health and awareness is not a one-day activity. And so the observant should not only be in the month of October. And so as a ministry, we will be bringing awareness across Grenada. On Friday, we will be going to Carriacou. But we also will be going to every school in Grenada, some not in October, but November, December, and other months in 2026, because we are aware that even in schools among our children, there are issues of mental health. And so there's no health without mental health, and therefore, mental health is not a right, or not a privilege, sorry, but a right of every individual. And so we have a responsibility to end stigma and discrimination. And so I say no to stigma and discrimination, so that people who have issues will feel free to come forward. And so as a ministry, we continue to do the sensitization, we'll continue to provide the support, and we want to thank our community health nurses who go out on a daily basis to the community. We want to intensify that. We want to provide more training. We have been providing training, and just recently, I know you saw in social media and in other news around Grenada, we had 2 of our nurses being trained in Jamaica. And so we will be providing more training for our nurses, because we want to be able to provide real service for the people who has issue with mental health. So as a government, we are committed, and that's why we have a whole ministry for mental health. That is why we are developing and repairing the infrastructure and providing other services. Over the next couple of days, we will be going into the villages and reach out to those outpatients in their homes, and will continue to provide care in their homes and provide advice to their families. So I want to thank you for coming out, and I want to thank all the members from all the businesses and schools and so in the community. Though you did not come to the car park, we saw you on our way. So we know that you got the message, and so we'll continue to spread the message. And so we look forward to working along with communities, with the churches, with the schools, and with the police officers, and so, because they are first responders. And so we'll continue to work with them to provide real care for people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Thomas. Now, that's the end of our speeches. We're going to get up and we're going to dance now, because we have some lovely singing from Judah Agape Ministries. So let's get up, let's dance. Some lovely singing.
Morning, everybody. Everybody's good? Everybody's good? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. This morning. Thank you, my lovely backup singers.
Just before they start, the driver of PT588, MTV would like to move out, so they're asking if you can move, please. Thank you. PT588.
Let's go, let's go. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart.
depths of my heart, I want to see you. I want to see you.
To see you high. To see you
high and lifted up,
shining.
shining in the light of your glory.
Oh,
pour out your power and love as we sing, holy, holy, holy.
oh,
High and lifted up,
yeah.
shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing, holy, holy, holy. High and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing, holy, holy, holy.
Wanna see you.
I want to see you.
Hey,
I want to see you. I want to see you.
hey, how great
Is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? And all will see how great, how great is our God. How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? And all will see how great is our God.
You're the name above all names.
You're the name above all names.
Hey,
You are worthy of all praise.
in my heart.
And my heart will sing how great is our God.
How great
It's our God. Sing with me how great is our God. All will see how great is our God.
you're the name.
You're the name above all names. You are worthy of all praise. And my heart will sing how great is our God.
You're the
Name above all names. You are worthy of all praise.
and my heart was
And my heart will sing how great is our God.
Hey, you are great, 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 you are great. Jesus, you are great, God, you are great, you are great, hey, you are great, you are great, hey, you are great, you are great. Hey, everybody say, you are great, you are great, you are great.
You are great.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are
yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah.
You are great.
Oh,
You are great.
you are great.
You are great.
Jesus, you are great, God.
You are great. Jesus, you are
You're
great,
the
God.
name above all names. You are worthy of all praise.
And my heart will sing how great is our God.
You're the name above all names.
Name above all names.
You
You are worthy of all praise. And my heart will sing how great
is our God. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, hey. Hallelujah.